got no father like I'm Naruto. Keep the blade on me, Ichigo. Who really wanna go toe for toe? GTR from Tokyo. Diamonds whipping up on the stove. Lucky man like a 4-leaf clove. Diamonds wanna go and mix up.
Hello everyone, this is Nagato and welcome back to my channel. For today's tutorial, I'm basically going to be showcasing you guys on how to unlock your trophies with basically this plugin called TropHax. All credit goes to SilicaAndPina for making this little plugin. And with this plugin, like I stated before, you can unlock basically any Vita game of your choice and basically unlock the platinum for the game. In this process, I have my game right here, and this game does work with the process as well, which is Minecraft. This is the one we're going to be testing today as well. This game does work with all regions, so if you have a Japanese Vita game, it works. If you have a European Vita game, it works. USA, such and so forth. If you have the actual cartridge, it works as well, or if you have a download. This does also work with VPK games, my dumps. I know probably in 2019 nobody used my dumps, but it does work with that process as well. And also it does work with no NPDRM games with the no NPDRM plugin, and I'll explain a little bit more about that as well. So we have our game Minecraft we're going to be testing today as well. And also for this process, I do recommend y'all guys downloading AutoPlugin, and this is from TheHeroGAC. And if I go here to Google Chrome, y'all guys could get this from the official GitHub right now. If y'all guys want to check my description down below, any of the files and anything I use in this tutorial except the game, of course, will be in the description below. And that's just how I usually do things on my channel. So go ahead and download the latest version right here, which is 3.86. And also, of course, you could go ahead and download the latest version of VitaShell. And this method does work with Henkaku, Enso, and with the new Trinity exploit that was just released not too long ago by TheFloW. So if you have any of those three exploits, you have a game, you have a modded PlayStation Vita or PSTV of that matter, you could do this. So what we're going to do now is to go ahead and focus on our PlayStation Vita by transferring over these files. So what we need to do is go to our Vita, which I am right now. Let me go ahead and toggle it over on the screen. So as you see right now, guys, we're on our PlayStation Vita, and now what we need to do is go ahead and open up VitaShell. Let me go ahead and find it on my Vita right now. Just go ahead and boot up into VitaShell, and now what we need to focus on is basically to transfer over the game. So as shown here, this is VitaShell for me. Actually, let me go ahead and back out so I could turn on my Wi-Fi so I can FTP these files over. So what I'm going to do is go ahead and open up VitaShell once again, and what we need to do is go ahead and hit start, scroll down to all the way to USB, or where it says select button, and then using the left or right on your directional pad on your PlayStation Vita, just go ahead and toggle over to FTP. Make sure your Wi-Fi is on, and then hitting select. Basically what we're doing now is going ahead to transfer over our AutoPlugin.VPK, and then just go ahead and note down your IP address right here. And then where we're going to go to is back to our PC. I'm going to be using Filezilla Ftp Client right now. Let me go ahead and boot that up, and I'll have a link in the description below for Filezilla. You can use any FTP client, but I usually just like to use Filezilla because I've been using it forever. Let me go ahead and just type this in. So in my case, this is my IP address, and then go ahead and type your port, which is 1337 for this process. And then once you do that, guys, you should basically see all your Vita directories. If you guys don't see all your Vita directories, make sure if you go into Henkaku settings, make sure you tick basically, or you basically have a check mark to enable unsafe homebrew and have that option. So what we're going to do now is go to UX0, or actually we could just leave that right here and then just drag and drop our AutoPlugin.VPK. So you could just drag it to your memory card. And UX0, guys, for newcomers is your memory card, but in this case UX0 for me is SD to Vita. So let me go ahead, and as you see here, my file has transferred over successfully. But now once you basically transfer over AutoPlugin, what we need to do now is go back to our Vita. I'll showcase that here in a second. Go ahead and you can just hit OK on your FTP server. Go ahead and hit circle back to UX0 right here, and then you should see basically AutoPlugin.VPK. Just go ahead and hit X to install your auto plugin, and then it may ask you just to, you know, double check if you really want to install this program. Just go ahead and hit X, and then once that process is done, it shouldn't take too long on my screen. I'll explain a little bit more about AutoPlugin. What AutoPlugin really is basically just a bunch of plugins that were from a bunch of developers in the Vita scene all into one place, and it's very easy to install, because back in the day we basically had to manually install these by configuring our TIE folder, which I'll show you here in a second what I mean. So this config.txt, we basically had to set this up back in the day manually, but with AutoPlugin, it does this for us, and also it basically gives us our SUPRX and also the SKPRX plugins as well. So with that being said, just go ahead and back out of VitaShell. And now you should see this little icon right here. It'll probably be bouncing up and down, but since I already had it pre-installed, it didn't do that. But right here, this is AutoPlugin, and this is the latest version as of 5/9/2019, so May 9th. And then once you you know, go ahead and boot it up, what it will do is there's basically three options. The option we're going to be focusing on today is plugins for Vita. The plugins that we need to install, assuming that if you're using a no NPDRM game, I'll show you which ones we need to install. So it doesn't matter if you install it to UX0 or UR0. The way you could be doing that is just toggle by hitting L1 or R1. But in this case, go ahead and install, let me show you, TropHax by SilicaAndPina version 2. This is basically the plugin we're going to be using to unlock our trophies. So just go ahead and hit X over it. I'm not going to do that since I already have it pre-installed, of course. And then what we need to do is also go ahead and install reFood. This plugin basically allows higher firmware, or basically higher firmware games to be ran. So let's say if you on 3.60 Enso and you have a game that just came out, like I guess Shakedown Hawaii, for example, that game is a 3.69 game, I believe. That game would only have to be run on 3.69 systems, but with this plugin, it will kind of bypass that, and then it will allow you to run games on a higher firmware. So you would want to download reFood as well. And then this is the most important one right here. This allows you to bypass DRM protection on any PlayStation Vita content. So if you getting a game wherever online and you want to bypass the DRM, go ahead and install this. But if you got a game cartridge or basically official download from the PSN store, you don't need this plugin. But if you're getting your game offline somewhere, go ahead and download that plugin. But now what we want to do is go ahead and, assuming that y'all guys installed it, you want to go ahead and reboot your PlayStation Vita once you get your plugins installed. And assuming that y'all guys did that, what you want to go to now is back in the VitaShell, and then you just want to verify that your plugins are correct. So right here, if you go to config.txt, you should see basically that your UR0 tie / no NPDRM SKPRX is there, your repatch one. You may not have this one. This is just for live streaming with OBS, and then such and stuff like that. And also, of course, you should see your TropHax 2.0 version. But now what we want to do is, since you verified that, go ahead and hit select back onto your PlayStation Vita. And now what we need to do is go ahead and transfer over our game. So let me go back to the PC and open up Filezilla again. So in this case, this is Minecraft. What we're going to do is go ahead and open up Filezilla again. Go ahead and just type your IP as shown here. Type in the port. Go ahead and hit quick connect. But now what we want to do is go ahead and UX0, go to app, and then this is where we're going to basically transfer our game over here. So we could just drag the file over to app, and this game shouldn't be too big since it's only 151 megabytes, since it's only Minecraft. And as shown here, this is basically the full game. So I'm going to pause the video right here, guys. I'm going to wait for all this to transfer over, and then once that is done, I'll show you guys on how to actually unlock the trophies. Alright guys, so as shown here, let me go ahead and open up Filezilla. All my files has successfully transferred over. So basically this is Minecraft onto my Vita. What we're going to do now is go ahead and back to my Vita real quick. Let me go ahead and open up OBS. It may take a little second, but there it goes right now. What we want to do is go ahead and click X on our FTP server, and then from here go ahead and hit circle, and then when we see all of our directories, what we want to do is go ahead and hit triangle and then hit refresh live area. And this is assuming that you basically have the no NPDRM installed, if you guys are using no NPDRM games, because if it doesn't basically refresh one of your items, basically you have no NPDRM, or excuse me, yeah, no NPDRM plugin uninstalled, not in the correct manner. So just go ahead and redo some of the steps in the video as shown here if you guys do have that issue. But with that being said, go ahead and back out of VitaShell, and now you should see your game of choice if you're using the no NPDRM way. If you guys are using a cartridge or something else like that, you should be fine. But what we're going to do now is boot up Minecraft, shown right here. Go ahead and hit OK. I'm just going to disable my Wi-Fi for this game right now, just due to the fact that with updates. It may take a little second for for it to load, but I'm going to show you guys once it boots up into the main menu, and this is what you want to do for mostly all of the games when you try to unlock trophies as well. Let me go ahead and minimize that. Let me just hit OK. And then yeah, basically with unlocking trophies, you will just want to wait for the main menu into your game just to make sure that the trophy TRP has loaded, and basically that's usually the general consensus anytime you start a new game. But what you want to do once you get to like I said, the main screen, go ahead and hit start and start and select at the same time, along with L plus R on your controller. And then what this is going to do is basically unlock all of the trophies in the game. So as of right now on the screen, I'm not too sure if you can hear the Vita unlocking the trophies, but it's basically unlocking each Minecraft trophy one by one. But if I go pop back out, as you see here, it's unlocking the trophies right now. And basically guys, this is how essentially you unlock trophies for your PlayStation games, or excuse me, your PS Vita games. If you guys did enjoy this video, please be sure to leave a like, please be sure to comment below if you guys do like these videos, and you know, make sure you go ahead and check out my other Vita tutorials, because I have like over 20 videos on that stuff. Also, I have a lot of content for the PlayStation 3 and PS4, and even a few videos on the PlayStation Classic. With that being said, my name is Nagato, and I'm signing out, and thank you guys for watching.
Of course, I love the llamas. Nice and silky smooth.